We are live, everybody. We are live and alive as well. I trust you can all hear me and we're good. Lil Bit is standing more now on her own. And this has only been the weekend in the harness. And I realize she'll take a break when she's tired. You understand? She'll take a break when she's tired. She's got this ebb and flow down. And I was like, oh, this is how we do it, is it? Listen, remember Neville Goddard speaks of the state, your mental state. When we don't employ our mental state, meaning if we don't change our mental state in order to change the exterior, we end up on the outside doing too much because we're trying to figure it out. We're trying to sort it out instead of, hey, how do I want this thing to go? What mental state am I going to be in? Am I going to be in frustration because I can't figure it out? Because that's a mental state. Or will I choose the state that says, hey, I am successful. This is completed. I'm just going to see what I want done, get it into my subconscious mind, and then all I have to do is follow the promptings, the path of least resistance, because everything actually unfolds for us to do naturally. But when we forget to do it that way, we end up exhausting ourselves because we keep looking on the outside and trying to force it into some kind of submission. When in actuality, we, technically speaking, should be from a state. So we're fighting the exterior when all that is required is to change the mental state, right? Changing the mental state and getting that part, which means how do you want this thing to go? Can you see it? Because when you see it, yes, I think the word is fulcrum, where you have like a teeter totter or a scale. And when you tip the scale, you know either you don't have enough or you have too much. So when you get into your imagination and you change the state, when you feel the state change, when you feel the state change to match what it is you say you want, well, then stand, having done all. This is what it is. This is what it comes down to. But when we don't change that mental state, we push and we force and we end up doing too much. We say, "Oy, I'm tired." The law doesn't exhaust anybody. It's mutually beneficial. It will give you what you require to get the job done. But we've got to get into that mental state first. That's what makes life easy and simple. So if our effort, I'll use that word, if our effort is getting ourselves into the correct mental state, you will find ease in life. How so? If you get up in the morning and you think, oh my God, this is hard. Life is a challenge. I can't even see my way forward. What do you think the day will be like? A struggle, and it will be hard. But if you lay there for an extra 10 minutes before you get out of bed and you find, or as Neville says, catch the mood, what is that state that you would like? Ease? You want to be able to see these opportunities and take them? Well, then get into that state of mind first so that when you step off your bed, you put your feet down on the floor. The opportunities, because you've just set them in motion. And you'll know when you set them in motion because it feels different. Frustration feels different from peace of mind. That's where we are supposed to take the time, is in the mental state, because then it will show you clearly where you need to go so you stop doing too much. This is the part that we practice it, practice it. What are you practicing? Practice flipping between states. Let's do an exercise right now. Now, if you're driving, just listen because you're driving. But if you're not driving, a state, a mental state, peace, tranquility. Oh, does that come easier to you? Or would the state of you seeing someone you really care about? They're not there with you right this instant, but you do care about them. You see that sensation that you just got when you thought of that person you genuinely care for? They're not there with you, but you can call them up in your mind. And when you call them up in your mind, there is an accompanying sensation to it. You're in the state now. It goes the same way if it's someone you don't like very much. I don't necessarily want you to think of them because you already know what is going to happen there and you know the state that you'll be in. You see what I mean by the state feels different? Each state has a different sensation in your body. So take a quick moment and call up whether if you had a phenomenal weekend and you were left with, ooh, that felt so nice. And you can recall that memory, call it up again. Because now you are in the state of, wow, that was amazing. You are in the state of accomplishment. Just take that brief moment. See if you can call it up. Flo smiles. I know that when you see a design for a cake, sometimes it may be that, oh, can I do that? And then you automatically switch over to, yes, I can. And then when you finish that, what do you feel? See that sensation of accomplishment, of completion? That is a state. So if you want to accomplish something, depending on if you felt it before, go back to a similar sensation of completion. Now you are in a state of completion, having accomplished something previously. Well, that means you want to accomplish something again, bring up the sensation of accomplishment. So you're telling yourself, hey, I have accomplished this. And here's how I know. Here's the sensation. You've just changed states mentally. Take a moment with it. Just a moment. That's what I'm saying to you today. Practice changing states before you do anything else. Because your state of mind is what causes you to feel something, right? You know, when someone says, oh, that was heartfelt. Well, it's not brain felt, it is heartfelt. You can think of something, but until that thing that you're thinking of moves you, then you don't act. So, this is why the state is critical. It prevents us from overwork, it prevents us from burnout, it prevents us from, quote unquote, losing hope. What is it that you want to accomplish? You know what accomplishment feels like. You know what success feels like because you've had it before. And if you've never had it, find an image that represents it. And then Neville makes it so easy for us. He says to you, or he asks you, what would it be like if? What would it be like if you had it? What would it be like? What would that experience be like? And as soon as you entertain what it would be like, you've changed states because notice the vibration. The KYBALION tells us to change your polarity, raise your vibration. That's what it says. How do you raise your vibration? What would it be like if? Entertaining that thought automatically raises the vibration if you are thinking of a best case scenario. But if you're thinking of a worst case scenario, well, you know what that feels like. So practice changing your state first, because when you do that, now every step, what's the scripture say? The steps of a righteous man are ordered by God. That's what it says. Right thinking is what righteous means. So when you change your state first, and how do you change your state? By asking yourself, what would it be like if I had this? That's how you change the state. By entertaining the best case scenario and outcome. You see, because we have gotten used to making excuses. We don't make excuses because we're foolish. We don't make excuses because we're mean or we don't know any better. We make excuses because we have practiced making excuses based upon the thing that has happened. And because that thing has happened to us, it left an impression. So every time you think about it, you feel that particular way. And from that impression, we've gotten into the habit of making excuses. The excuse seems justified to make. Hear me. The excuse seems justified. Well, I've gone through this and I know what it feels like. Yeah, I've done it. Yeah, I've been there. I had to struggle. And we make the excuse. The law does not want you to make an excuse, because we can all make them. The law wants you to ask, what would it be like if I had this thing? What would it be like if I was super successful the way I wanted to be? That's what the law wants you to do. It wants you to put your attention upon the best outcome for yourself. And when you do that, you will begin to feel a shift mentally. The vibration in your body, the feeling in your body will tell you, oh, well, you know what? I can do this. And all of a sudden you're all hyped up and an opportunity comes across your way. And the first thing you should be able to say is, I just planted that seed. How did it get here so quick? How'd that coincidence get here so quick? When we change the state mentally from where we currently are to where we would like to be, when we change from that to the other, the body, really and truly, you'll feel the pressure leave you. That's how you'll know that you've done it right, because it feels that way. Right? This is the whole point. Change the state, because we have this saying, we'll just throw mud at the wall to see what sticks. Listen, you throw pasta at the wall to see if it's al dente. But you don't throw your energy at the wall to see what sticks. Become clear in your mental state for what it is you want to accomplish. And you will see, when you ask yourself, what would it be like if, and you've gone through all of those scenarios of what it could possibly be like, you're going to choose the one that's most natural to you. That thing is what you would do naturally. Yay, I did it. If that's what will come naturally, well, then do that. And you loop it. And you use it to put yourself in the state of what you want to be in every time. Remain faithful to the state so that you stop burning yourselves out and doing too much. That is, it's not even a trick. It's not even a technique. It's the way we already live. It's the way we already live. How many times have you said, you looked at that pile of laundry? How many times have you done it? You looked at that and you're like, ugh, and it makes you mad when you look at it. Until such time, you just got so mad, you said, and it was done. You had to mentally put yourself in another state in order to get the task accomplished. That's what you had to do. But it doesn't look like that's what you're doing because it comes naturally. Life is lived naturally. So when Neville says, get yourself in the state, he's not telling you to do something that you don't already do. It's the same for the dishes. I'm using these examples because these are the things that frustrate us the most sometimes on a daily basis. And we just say, you've been putting off washing the car, you've been putting off cleaning the car until something inside you just says, damn it, just do it. And you go and you get it done. Mentally, you had to change. You didn't change physically. You did it physically because you changed mentally. So now, money in the bank, it's the same principle. The exact same principle. Wait, what can I do that's mutually beneficial? People want to give money anyway. So what can I give them? And you begin to go through and you say to yourself, oh, I've got it. I've got it. And then here comes the inspiration. And you follow through with the inspiration and you go, well, wait, that was really easy. What was I fretting about in the first place? Mentally, move yourself because it's the only way to move in the first place. Mentally. And when you do it mentally, whether you are good, bad, or indifferent, your solution presents itself or an obstacle presents itself. It just all matters on what direction you have been polarized in. That's it. So today, look around, take inventory of what you're doing. Seriously, take inventory of what you're doing here. Are you doing too much? Well, that's for you to discover. So start with the, what do I want to accomplish today? I want to accomplish. And the moment you say what you want to accomplish because of cause and effect, the effect is there. So you have already now accomplished it. It's not something you say because you're trying to be cute. Every cause has its effect, every effect its cause. So when you say, I want to accomplish, as soon as you say it, you've accomplished it. So now, see it or get the sensation of accomplishment, and you'll realize that you'll do it. You'll do it, and you'll do it naturally. And when you're done, it'll feel great. What will you feel? That same sense of accomplishment that moved you in the first place is what you will have felt. Because what that does, it helps us to eliminate that guilt of, I didn't do enough, or, oh my God, I did too much. It eliminates guilt. Guilt has no place in your life because it's a parasite. Nothing will freeze you faster than guilt. Oh my God, I did too much. Did I upset this person? Oh my God. That's not how you're meant to live. Guilt is a state. It is a mental state. So begin today to practice the recognition of the state that you're in. And as soon as you recognize it, is it the state you want to be in? A simple yes or no. If yes, continue as you are. If no, flip it. What state do you want to be in? Name it. And as soon as you name it, you're in it. Because it will feel different from what you're doing. And so what we actually end up doing is, how long can we stay in the state? It's that balance. How long can you stay there? And you practice staying in it. That is how we prevent ourselves from doing too much or too little, because we're always following the directive of the unfoldment naturally. You're reaping what you've sown naturally when you change your state. Let us take a quick moment, shall we, to welcome everyone into the space. Twitter, we have C Staff and we have V22. Hey, hey, I see you. Shea Butter, double A. Hey, I know that's indie. Because it only says Facebook user. Sonia, Renee, Sugar Visions, Cyber, A not. And for the others who've not made yourselves known in the chat, I'm just going to say, hey, Jeff. Hello. I see you. Fan base, who's here this morning? Let me pull my glasses down so I can see you. Coach is here. Matthias, Matt 836, Mgenie is here. KZ, Ali is here. Z Steve, Comrade, Hooker Brother, Hooker Brother Up is here. Joaquim is here. Stephanie, Miss McQueen is here. Zola, Oracle Treehouse, Marquise is here. Thank you all for being here. And Flo Smiles, I see you, baby.
Listen, I just been over here listening and getting my day right, getting affirmed in my actions, and I just want to let you know, Hooker Brother Up is the artist formerly known as T.L. Comedian, all right? So that's another fun name for you, right? In the flesh. In the flesh and in the mind, right? So here's the beautiful thing about this, and I think people take it for granted, because they are existing as humans. But the thing of it is that your mind is way more stronger than any physical might that you can put forward, any strain. Your manifestation is not coming because you worked hard and you went to school and you did a good job. Because guess what? You can do all that and your life won't be nothing. Because you didn't think it was nothing. You didn't feel it was nothing. You didn't imagine a state. You just did what the world told you to do. And when you do what the world told you to do, you give what the world gives you and not what God gives you. So focus in on what you want, direct your attention, and you'll be exactly where you need to be.
Facts on facts. That's exactly correct.
Angela.
Yes, darling.
Can I give an example how I changed my state the other day?
Yes, please.
I was getting ready to catch a flight, and for some reason, like old anxiety came up. Like I fly twice a month, and some old anxiety came up, so I started procrastinating. And then I just told myself, this is going to be a wonderful flight. When I got to the airport, I went in the bathroom, and the lady that was cleaning the bathroom, for some reason, she just came up and gave me a hug and a kiss. And my flight went very well.
Well, hot diggity dog. You hear what I'm telling you today? You see how easy it is? Flo Smiles, I love you. She said, an old anxiety came up. You hear how she described it? An old. She recognized right away, hey, that's not who I am anymore. She did not even let it get a foothold. She said, and she flipped it. And as confirmation of her flipping it, you see what happens? A complete stranger from the face, you understand? From the face, it's a stranger, but the spirit knows. And what happened to her flight? Oh, beautiful flight. Man, if you guys aren't encouraged today, I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you. Because we have it within us. It's as simple as she says it is. It's as simple as she says it is. But I'm going to tell you this. I bet you she practiced. Right?
Yeah.
You see? So what she is saying to you today, put in the work, just practice. And what did she practice? Mental states. She was aware of what was no longer working. And she named it what it was. She said, no, that's an old thing. And then she flipped it and said, no, this is what I want. On a dime. This is what I want instead. And she remained faithful to that and did not give the old any credence anymore. You and I have the same capacity.
Law of detachment.
Yeah, say it again, Marquise.
I said it's the law of detachment. She simply detached from it. It was like, whoa, what is this foreign object? This is an unidentified flying object breaking into my stratosphere.
Exactly. So when when you reprogram your mind, right? When you say to yourself, listen, here's what I say I am now. I'm this new creature. I'm this new person. The moment you say that, anything that is of the old, as soon as it comes up, you'll see it and you'll swat it down right away. That's what you're doing. Exactly, Marquise. So kudos to you, Flo Smiles. Kudos to you for looking at your life and saying, that doesn't work for me, but this does. And staying faithful to it and reaping what you've sown. That's what it is. So don't for one moment think that you can't accomplish anything. Change the state. You've accomplished something in the past. Bring up that memory, because how do we live? From our memories, don't we? We remember who's done the worst, because that's, for some reason, comes to mind first. But there are good things too. Go in there and find those good ones, because now that good thing that you can recall is going to put you in the state of what? That good thing again. You've accomplished, find a state of accomplishment. And you say, okay, that's the state of accomplishment. Here's what I'm accomplishing now. And you do it again. You guys, you're amazing. And you do have it within you. God is pure diamond. Double A. And Emanon is here too. I see you all. But remember to do that today. Remember to flip it. Flip the state. If you find yourself at something undesirable, flip it. Seriously. Flip that state. Because you're not bound to it. It takes its directive from you. You're in command. Ooh, you are in command. And when you are in command, listen, you have a straight back and a firm stance when you're in command, so that you can say to that mountain, move. That's why you're in command. That's how you are in command. But you don't, hey, maybe, can you kind of move? No.
Hey, and if the mountain don't want to move, I can transmute it and turn it into a pyramid.
Well, there you go. There you go. So you see, you always have a solution. Always you have a solution. Thank you for that, Marquise. It's incredible because it's so true. It's so beautifully true. So sometimes we find ourselves in those situations, not by coincidence, mind you, but we catch ourselves there. We go, whoa, how'd I get here? Don't always entertain how you get there. Decide if you want to remain. That's where the power comes. Right? And if you catch yourself making excuses, don't punish, don't beat up yourself. You ask, hey, what state do I want to be in? What state of mind do I want to be in? Success? Frustration? Triumph? What? And begin to feel it and see it. Bring it up. Because what you're actually doing, when you go through your imagination and you do your best case scenarios, you're moving yourself mentally. That's what you're doing. Get as many best case scenarios as you possibly can find. See how it makes you feel? And then you find the one that feels the best to you, the most natural to you, and you go with that one. So that the next time, if you find yourself slipping from the state you want to be in back into the old, bring up that thing again and snap yourself right back into the state you want to be in. It's that quick. But be vigilant. And don't allow people to just, or the news or anything that's on the outside of you to pull you from where you say you are. That's your job, to keep yourself steady. Because if you keep yourself steady, you'll find that you're not easily manipulated to behave in an undesirable way. But that's for another day. So today, what are you going to practice? You're going to practice flipping from to, from what you don't want to what you want. And you'll find that the more you practice flipping, it gets easier, where now you're not even thinking to flip, but you automatically internally you're like, that's not for me, and you flip right there. That's how you'll do it. It'll become second nature to you, because we already know what the first nature now is. I am. So that is the encouragement for you today, so that we stop doing too much. And that doing too much is tiresome. But do what the directive is. You'll be led. You will get ideas, and you'll follow through, and you'll go, oh my God, that was so easy. Because it is meant to be that easy. It is meant to be that easy. So let me get the bowl. And you, as you are listening to the bowl, that's where you can start practicing. Of course, unless you're driving, right? Because focus. But the bowl, as you are listening to the bowl, practice. What state do you want to be in? Pull it up and feel it, and allow it to permeate every fiber of your being. Just feel the state. You want to have a good day. Do you know what a good day feels like? Of course you do. Well, bring it up. Let me get the bowl. Yes, Emanon, the state of mind is rather important. Rather important. Let me turn that down a little bit there, so it's not too harsh on the ears. And then
Thank you.
you're so welcome.
It's 8 o'clock in the morning here where I am. I got up at 5 o'clock, getting breakfast and lunch ready.
Excellent.
I have to go. Gotcha. Yeah, have a blessed.
Thank you, Matt. Countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2. C-Staff V22, I see you on Twitter. I love you greatly. Enjoy the beautiful day. Much love to you all, Twitter. Twitter is closed. Welcome, Miss Deborah. I see you. Double A, Asanya, Emanon, Goddess, Pure Diamond, Shea Butter, Indy, Asanya, Ronay, Sugar Visions, ever present, Cyber, Anot, and for the others who've not made themselves known, I see you all. So that means the better man. I see you. And Jeff, right here on YouTube and Facebook. Much love to you all. Much love.